Ed eccoci qua ragazzi in un altro episodio su Hogwarts Legacy. Riprendiamo dove ci eravamo lasciati e cerchiamo di proseguire verso quella che sarà la nostra prossima missione,
You're the new student, aren't you?
dove dovremmo trovare un nuovo incantesimo offensivo in teoria, visto che è difesa contro le arti oscure. Ma sto coso, scusate? Che cavolo è? Boh, nel dubbio parliamo con sta tizia.
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's
Sono
going
famoso?
well. You
Fico.
certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Ok, semplicemente ci ha fermato per farci i complimenti. Ok, caruccia come cosa, ci sta. Dobbiamo andare giù. Ovviamente senza mai scattare, ma semplicemente correndo piano. Comunque c'è tanta roba da vedere qua. No, sta sbagliato. Ecco qua. No, qua non c'è niente, attenzione. Sento un suono. Non so da dove viene però. Là c'è qualcosa. Ah, là sopra ci sono degli scrigni. Aspettate che vado a dare un'occhiata allora. Ma sono scritti che non potevo aprire mai nella vita, beh.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Ah, questa tizia qua parlava. Ok.
Revelio.
Sì, stava qua dentro. Posso aprirlo a caso? Attenzione. 39 monete. Posso fare pozioni? Non proprio. No, aspettate. Sì, madonna, che citazione. Questo praticamente sarebbe il bagno. Però il bagno delle streghe. Perché qua ci sta il leggendario calderone. Che vabbè, tecnicamente non ha senso che sia qua, però.
You'll make quite the portrait one day. I wouldn't want to be hung next to you.
Ok, però io stavo parlando. Perché mi ha interrotto? Stavo dicendo, in Harry Potter loro hanno fatto la pozione fuori succo di nascosto nel bagno delle ragazze. E qua forse potrebbe esserci pure un fantasmino, no, ne dubito. Ok che possono mettere semplicemente totalmente a caso la pozione, però dubito possano aggiungere anche i fantasmi a caso. Vabbè, torniamo a noi ragazzi, stiamo andando verso la prossima missione. E no, devo scendere giù però. Il reveglio lo devo utilizzare molto più spesso perché sembra essere veramente figo. Questi sono tutti gli incantesimi. Vediamo un po'. Quelli essenziali. Sta protego. Poi stupeficium. Che in teoria stupefy, non stupeficium, però dettagli. Ah, petrificus totalus. Ah, sarà un attacco stealth proprio. All'omore. Lancio di magia antica. Ok. Poi tutto vediamo queste che, raga. Qua c'è la vada kedavra. Possiamo utilizzare la vada kedavra. Anche crucio. E imperio. Madonna che figata. Wingardium Leviosa. Sta un fottio di roba. Incendio. Con frigo, il classico proprio. Diffindo. Tutti questi me li ricordo agli Harry Potter che giocavo anni fa su PlayStation 2, tipo. Ah, Expelliarmus. No, posso trasformare i nemici. Ma che figata. No, raga, qua c'è stata tanta roba da fare. Chi ti ha detto di muoverti? Coglione. Sono fotti di robe bellissime. E anche questo gatto merita un po' di coccole. E questi occhi non sono affatto inquietanti.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Mai sentito nominare Levioso? Solamente Wingardium Leviosa?
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember...
Levioso!
Good. Well done.
Boom, bitch.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego.
Avada Kedavra! Vai, attaccami, su.
This should be easy.
Protego! Levioso!
Complicate things. Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it. Levioso!
A perfectly executed Levioso.
Madonna, l'ho buttato fuori.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it.
Allora, prima di tutto ti calmi un
A classroom
attimo.
duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Cosa posso
I'd hate to
parlare?
face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Sì, intanto posso parlare pure con gente random.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Ma che cazzo è Levioso? Non ho mai sentito nominare prima d'ora.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Oh cazzo, il Fight Club?
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Figo.
Till next time.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Revelio.
C'è qualcosa qua vicino? Attenzione, là. Ah, serve pure la lomora di livello 2 proprio. Quindi non basta conoscere l'incantesimo, bisogna essere anche proprio bravi con l'incantesimo. Qual è apparsa a caso o sbaglio? The fuck? Ti attacco. Così, a caso. Non so. Wow! Vieni gattino, vieni gattino. LOL. No!
Accio.
Fermati gatto, fermati! Voglio provare altri incantesimi! Ovviamente su di lui niente incantesimi offensivi, che poverino, cioè è un gattino, non puoi attaccarlo. No! Ma pensavo di oltrepassasse se non gli facesse niente, letteralmente avete visto la sberla? Gli ha mosso la testa e gli ha quasi smontato la mascella. No, povero gatto. Devo provarlo però.
What about the room, Professor?
I was
elfo.
thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Non voglio mentire così apertamente. Cioè, vabbè dai, chiediamo.
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
Esatto.
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker.
I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
Ok.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Boh, io non mi ricordo nessuno dei due, sapete? Chi è
I'd
Sebastian?
like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Ottimo. E tipo, mi ricordo ci stava un tizio che parlava un po' di magie proibite, no? Qualcosa del genere. E forse è lui, non lo so. Forse semplicemente il tizio che voleva fare a botte, che aveva il Fight Club clandestino. Scatta, scatta! Ciao gatto! Adesso già non faccio questo incantesimo, dai. Mi senti troppo in colpa.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that, the mending charm Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
Ok.
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Fermati, non ti muovere.
Accio!
Niente, la pagina è bastarda. Fermati, pagina bastarda. Ok. Cioè, pensavo di doverla ammirare, invece bastava semplicemente farlo a caso.
A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
Fatto. Quando è che siamo saliti a livello 3? Non mi ricordo di cosa abbiamo ottenuto prima, sapete?
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't too much trouble.
Che mi ricordo che a livello 2 abbiamo ottenuto 15 punti di salute. Al 3 non lo so,
I
però.
completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Ah, ho sbagliato, quello era quadrato. Ah, non mi becchi, non mi becchi, non mi becchi. Reparo.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Qual è stato? Scusate.
Revelio.
Non mi ricordo dove ha detto che fosse. La mia memoria fa veramente schifo. Ma nel dubbio, d'ora in avanti potremo riparare le cose. Ripariamo il gatto. Ok, il gatto non può essere riparato. E ora andiamo dritti verso il prossimo obiettivo. Però comunque mi sta venendo lo stesso un altro dubbio, ragazzi. Ovvero che forse converrebbe veramente rimettere il gioco in italiano, perché Non lo so, forse semplicemente all'inizio mi è sembrato che il doppiaggio fosse un po' più brutto. Magari dopo migliora? Non lo so. Nel dubbio ho deciso che il prossimo episodio almeno un tentativo ce lo faremo. E quindi proveremo a switcharlo, vedremo com'è, magari più bello, magari più brutto, non si sa. Però un conto se senti il doppiaggio da un video di qualcun altro e un conto se lo senti pure tu mentre giochi, quindi, boh, potrei sbagliarmi. Le armature che cantano. Fantastico.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Questo che cazzo è?
Not sure what I did to deserve that.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge.
Ah, è quello del
I'm in dire
combattimento.
of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we?
Gente che compara a caso.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you. Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Madonna, che
Just enough to keep
spettacolo,
me
raga.
well-rounded.
Cioè, fermatevi un attimo a guardare. Minchia, veramente tanta roba. Cinghiali, attenzione.
Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
Quindi praticamente gli abbiamo salvato il
So
culo.
how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Sezione proibita?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted
Esatto.
and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
Ok, cominciamo già a prendere i nostri primi ingredienti.
Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look!
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Figo.
I think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs.
Absolutely.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Voglio bloccare, sbloccare
thanks
giusto
for
il
name.
coso.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead.
Bello come hanno pensato una cosa seria, cioè in sto gioco una cosa a cui non si pensa mai. Noi stiamo correndo e effettivamente lui mentre parla c'ha il fiatone un po'. E sta cosa...
Much of a chance to explore the castle.
A little? It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see, places to discover.
Oh? Any you'd like to share with the class?
Perhaps one day. I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling.
Comunque, come stavo dicendo, c'è di solito questo è un particolare qui. Nessuno ci pensa. Cioè di solito viene completamente ignorato.
I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
Poi ci sta una zampa sulla mappa, ci sarà qualcosa di interessante? Oh no, devo aggiungere Sebastian, però... Aspetta, forse posso dire uno di sti cosi vicino. Venite qua.
Levioso.
Fermati, avvicinati. Avvicinati di più. Avvicinati di più. Voglio vedere che cavolo sei. Guardate. Troppo bello. Ok, seguiamo Sebastian, dai.
Mr. Moon. He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Demi guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
Giusto un pelo ubriaco il
Tell me,
tipo.
guys, I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state.
Io nel dubbio continuerò a raccogliere materiali.
Quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts.
Madonna. Che bello. C'ho i brividi.
Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place. I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame.
È un posto magico. Ah, ho fatto la battuta. La testa di porco.
So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
Yes. Dittany seeds, some spellcrafts, and some potion recipes.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand. And a short list gives you plenty of time to poke around the village. I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister. Let's meet up in the town circle when you're finished. Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.
Oh, certo che mi divertirò a Hogsmeade. Madonna, che bello. Posso anche tagliarmi i capelli. Qua c'è le pozioni. Oh, Ollivander, Ollivander. Qua le robe per lo sport. La testa di porco. Qua per le bestie. Qua semplicemente vestiti. Ah, zonco, raga, dobbiamo andare zonco sicuro. Le mance di scopa. Madonna, tante cose che voglio vedere. E che vedrò tutte in un prossimo episodio. Perché per oggi, ragazzi, ci fermiamo qua. Se il video vi è piaciuto fatemelo sapere con like e commenti, ricordatevi di iscrivervi e non nel dubbio ci vediamo alla prossima! Ciao!